Hey. Alright, test. Sweet. Alright. I'm throwing out some stream announcements quick, and hopefully we'll get the game going in just a moment. Okay, we have a game. Our fourth is, a bit dubiously rated. I mean, the 240 is not like that bad, but definitely, mildly. Okay. Yeah, this should be a really sweet table. Patrick and Durant are obviously very good. They are friends of the stream. They tend to hang around. Uh, but um, but yeah. Anyhow, it should be good fun. We should actually maybe analyze the game. Uh, so we are missing the big building scoring. We're missing 4 coins in a cult step. We're missing priest, so a little bit tough to get on the cults. There's less priest, less cult steps. There's good scoring on the pass tiles. There's decent coins. There's spades. There's a couple workers. No double worker. So big buildings aren't quite as exciting early. Looking at the track, a lot of that aligns. The track says let's dig and build lots of dwellings early. The track does say cults are reasonable. Earth cult is definitely rewarded here. Fire cult's rewarded. Town round 4. Sometimes you could get 2 towns off this. You're probably building quite a few trading posts in this round. Trading post in round 4 is a little bit awkward of a game in terms of should you be going water 1 or not. Then we have big buildings into temples. That's kind of a bad end game in terms of scoring. So overall, I think it's a pretty average scoring game, though. Quite a few pass tiles that are good pass tiles. You don't want to be building big buildings. This thing says, do lots of shipping and dwellings early. So that means that coins are going to be pretty valuable. These earth coin rewards, coins on the pass, and or fire 1 look pretty good this game. We see halflings and mermaids thus far. Those factions definitely fit this track very well. Color-wise, I guess picking a red faction makes a lot of sense. You just missed this game. If somebody streams Terra, that makes up for it. Well, sweet. Dang, having you in this game would have been awesome, though. This would have been a very cool live table with you. I'm sure Gandalfus will do some interesting things, and it'll be a fun game regardless, but... I am tempted to just put a red faction in. It makes the color wheel nice, regardless of what gets thrown in. There's no... If I put in a red faction, there's no sandwich factions possibilities. Oh, except black. Black would still be sandwiched, but everything else... Well, and yellow would be sandwiched. So putting in red is basically asking them to put in green. Or gray. Which I don't know what Patrick will choose. I don't know if it super matters. Do I want to put a red faction in? Kind of. I mean, what about just putting in CMs anyhow and saying they can do whatever they want? They can try to do lots of dwelling stuff. I haven't been in a CM game in a while, but I kind of like this. I mean, missing big building is just slightly sad, but everything else looks pretty dang good for CM. CM, I guess the end game is bad for Chaos here. They tend to explode and build lots of their stuff late. But round 6 Temple is kind of fun for Chaos. The round 5 event is pretty bad for them. I don't think this is that great, but I'm going to throw them in. Doubt Patrick's hungry enough to make a sandwich. He might. I don't know if Patrick cares about sandwiches as much as some of the rest of us. I'm pretty principled about not liking them. But also, like, yellow looks pretty bad here now, so even if he picks black, I don't really care as much about black being sandwiched. Blue, brown, black have ways to get along. Yeah. CM are probably starting here this game, so it will be interesting to see if there's what Patrick throws in here, because if CM actually get this center area, that'd be pretty crazy. I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting Chaos to start here and have to do shipping things. Not that we even have to play them, by the way. It looks like mermaids are very potentially going to do temp ship double dig things, although, ooh, that doesn't work here. Halflings, like, always have access to double dig in round 1, because they can always take a power tile and guarantee it. We get Orin. Okay, so the cults look reasonable for Orin. When do you build a stronghold as Orin? Orin are awkward here. I would expect it's Orin, halflings, chaos, mermaids, halflings, Orin, mermaids. Mermaids not having a yellow neighbor is not that welcome. We have bids going on chaos. I kind of like this. Although halflings, wait a second. Wait just 1 second. I'm taking the free halflings here, right? This is a pretty damn good halflings game. We have guaranteed double dig. We build lots of dwellings. We make some towns. We have no real neighbor issues. Orin start with the spade. Chaos. I don't know what. Mermaids. Well, I guess Chaos might start worker power. If halflings get worker power, or if mermaids get worker power, it's pretty good too. Do mermaids even want temp ship if they're not going to get double dig? That's interesting. So halflings might have to take a dumb pass tile in order to guarantee double dig. That's the only sad part, but who really cares? I think halflings have got to be slightly better than CM. I could be wrong. But, like, halflings also are going to get pretty good leech. I think halflings get pretty good leech and pretty nice neighbors. I think Orin are gonna start here and here this game. Orin try to build a town through here, and Orin try to build a fast town over here. How bad are Orin if they start with the spade, by the way? Orin start here, go here with the spade, they're here. They could also take this hex, actually, because they start with the spade. I don't know. It depends on who's on Chaos, if they're going to just go for Sanctuary, or if Chaos are going to try to fight through the center. People might be bidding on Chaos because they think Chaos is going to get the center. I'm not sure Chaos gets a spade in round 1. I think it might go double dig, single dig, and then I guess they could. I guess you could take worker power and hard dig, but I don't think that's very good. I don't think it's very bad. I just don't think it's particularly good. We have Gandalfus going on the Orin. I think it's a little too early for Orin. But maybe not. But probably. The Orin are only okay here, in my estimation. They Orin do have guaranteed spade, which is pretty nice. Mermaids still can't be that bad either, right? This track is all about mermaids, but I guess mermaids have the really awkward, like, maybe Orin do start here, and that's very annoying. Mermaids have no neighbors over here, actually, which is the most critical problem for mermaids. This is where mermaids want to be building a bunch of stuff, but they're going to have no neighbors till CM eventually comes through, which could be pretty late. Yeah. You have found Deranged almost always digs E7 round 1 and open temple as CM, at least if E7 is contested. Interesting, okay. I don't think that's particularly good here, but I would just go Sanctuary. CM. I would be old school lame-o, just build my sanctuary and do stuff from there. I would not fight too hard for this hex. I don't really care. I certainly wouldn't want a hard dig. I guess it's a dig round, but like, just let other people feed you leech, build your sanctuary, get up to 2 shipping, and then explode from there. Life will be fine. I guess there is an argument that 2 Key Town is a reasonable fight to get in this game for CM. That part's fair. There is an argument that locking this up as CM is actually pretty good. I am back on CM for a bid. Mostly because Patrick is with me that halflings are the bid. I might bid Orin next, to be honest. Maybe one more halflings than Orin, but like I do think mermaids are probably worse than Orin. I'm not sure that's true. Orin are gonna have a severe lack of natural hexes, and there are not many spades on the track actually, so I should slow my roll here. Orin do have a lot of issues beyond. I mean, they start with a spade, that part's great, but then everything else is pretty gross for Orin. Maybe Orin does have to start c4, but that's also pretty ugly. Although I guess there's no real pressure on e9. Orin can start c4. Okay, so Orin start f4, c4. Oh, wow. Okay, I am CM suddenly, though. Deranged has decided he wants mermaids. Very interesting. You like mermaids more than Orin here? I think I agree with that after thinking about it longer, but... yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see where Orin plays. I think Orin are supposed to be on c4, but it's possible Deranged took mermaids thinking that Gandalfus isn't going to do that. But the more I thought, oh, okay, he does. Well done. I think this is correct. The more I thought about it, I think this is the correct placement. Because I think you get this hex and this hex most of the time pretty easily, so I think all of this is fine. Now, the other fascinating thing is how much does Gandalfus care about e7? I mean, he's going to start with spades, so like he might take it first action, but I will accept that then. If I get fed all the leech, mermaids have to feed me leech in this matchup too. Like, everybody upgrades next to me. Yeah, everything looks how I would have expected. Okay. Welcome, Weber. Welcome. Does CM ever not start d4 on this map? Sometimes. Wow, I get the spade? Okay. Well, if I get the spade, I'll take e7 and just open a temple. Sure. Temp ship Orin. They're gonna dwelling rush, even though the next rounds are dwellings. I will not. I won't. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Orin are probably going to let us win the race to 2 Key Town. And yeah, Deranged is saying, man, this is absolutely nutty. This is insane. Deranged says apparently he was wrong about this auction, huh? Yeah, unfortunately, I think all the experts here are already cringing a little because CM look very good being handed the spade. The assumption here is that we didn't get bond spade. We got no spades. Yes, I was assuming CM got no spades round 1. I was expecting the game to open double dig, single dig. I would still be kind of surprised if that's not the case. Patrick does have to take a kind of a lame tile here to get double dig, and yet he's halflings in a spade round. I assume it's what he does. This is insane then? Correct, it's a huge thing. Seems like the weaker player decided who won auction just on first move after auction. Yeah, them not starting on the spade is pretty game-defining changing. We already know how much this e7 hex can matter in this matchup and stuff. They're gonna get spade blocked. This is the other problem for Orin here. Like, he wants Tep Ship because he wants to do a dwelling spree, but he's not reading things correctly. He's just not getting a spade. Deranged is on worker power. I assume Deranged is just going to dig. Patrick is giving mermaids another spot to upgrade, which makes tons of sense. These guys are going to not upgrade next to me. Oh, wow, mermaids is going to upgrade next to me. Oh, no, still doesn't have to. I'm not sure people are going to upgrade next to me. But anyhow, yeah, Orin is getting spade blocked. We absolutely do this. We just build a temple. We build a temple for Earth 2, Fire 1, and then we do stuff. E7 is so strong because we always get E8 this game. Correct. So much expansion available with those nice mid-game dwelling. Yeah, I mean, this is criminal. I'm not supposed to get this. I also pretty easily, maybe not super easily, but I expect that I get tons of leech, by the way, tons of leech through this spit. Oh my god, all the leech. They are all upgrading next to me. Holy cramoly. I will take this priest, right? This priest is crazy good. Nobody else has a priest, and there's tons of earth cult rewards. This is crazy good also. I get a bunch of power back, and if we're gonna have this much of a leech party, I want in. Yeah, I mean, I'm slightly behind now on other stuff, but I accept this. It'll be interesting to see if Orin go for Stronghold or not. Why not upgrade first and take Priest next action? Because Orin can get the Priest. I'm not sure Orin want the Priest. Orin are incredibly unpredictable, right? Orin might want the Priest just so they can upgrade ship and get some more dwellings out of their temp ship. I have no idea. I think it's very reasonable, though, that Orin would have taken the Priest there. Do you think taking the 2 spade is so important here for halflings? Do you think he would just take 6 coins and single spade first move? That's very interesting argument to Zach, actually. Let mermaids have double dig and just go for single dig, because this starting tile kind of sucks. I agree. I think that would have been a very reasonable option for halflings. I don't think they had to go for double dig, actually, now that you say that. We do see Stronghold Orin. This is pretty weak. Stronghold early is not very good. It's hard to get extra workers. This temp ship isn't even getting used now. Like, how are I guess Orin are just gonna, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I don't think it's very good. Hey, Heroic Logic, welcome. Welcome. You've played a lot with Patrick recently, and he has said multiple times he likes to just take 3 power to insert double dig, but not sure you agree with it. I think it's very reasonable to not agree with it. I generally am not a big fan of taking a 3 power tile just to ensure double dig. It depends, obviously, but Orin also went for Earth 1. I think Earth 1's very weak here. Maybe not very weak. Earth 1's kind of weak here, though. Orin have already lost a green hex to mermaids. Like, yes, they're going to get the rest of their hexes, but it's slow. It's going to take a while. Patrick is getting his favor here. Mermaids are probably going to upgrade, so I definitely am feeding my neighbors a ton of leech here instead of upgrading first to get more leech. But I think I'm still incredibly happy to have this priest in hand, so... You think the power was still good because of the other effects? That's very reasonable. Handing mermaids double dig on worker power is pretty gross because then you had mermaids a temple for dwelling opening, which is definitely scary. Patrick also just goes for an Earth 1 opening with halflings after already building 1 dwelling. I'm not a huge fan, but it is a slightly tricky thing. Wow, they're all Earth 1. So CM is getting Earth 1 blocked, so that's a little bit of an issue, but... thanks, Gonzo. We definitely upgrade D4. D4 hands mermaids slightly more power, but at the cost of more victory points. But critically, it doesn't keep giving Orin more power, and we don't really want to give Orin more power. Chumps, they're all slightly chumpy here. We saw a classic Earth 1 rush. I'm not convinced this is the game for an Earth 1 rush. I'm also a little surprised now that I say this. Mermaids took this hex, which means mermaids didn't go for the extra dwelling round 1. Yeah. I think I'm going Earth 2. The follow-up question, I think Fire 1 is still very good, but Air 2 is reasonable, but I think I just go Earth 2, Fire 1. This next round, I would love to get single dig, but I'm not sure I even get that. But if I can single dig an advanced ship next round and just, just start exploding, it would be pretty damn good, but spade pressure is still going to be high. I am going to block this spade from the table here because I'm going to have the longest round. Deranged is going to get double dig on the back of this upgrade, so that's a little bit gross. Kudos to him. Alright, I am going to take Earth 2 always here. Earth 2 is definitely correct with some of these Earth Cult rewards and stuff. It's probably just Fire 1, and we try to... we might have to hard dig, but we don't need that many spades for a little while. We just need shipping, so we need the coins more than we need the power to generate spades. I might even take a worker's power action if Orin don't. Are you still opening Sanctuary? No, I wasn't. You would like to move on from the anti-Earth one? Anyhow, why am I not going Sanctuary? I would have to use my priest as a worker? And take a worker power... I mean, the worker power actually doesn't exist now, but... And I would have had to convert a power to a coin? Maybe it's playable, but it feels really expensive compared to just slamming the work. I'm not sure. Opening Sanctuary Dwelling is so hard. We technically do have it here. Zach is correct. We could have done it. We could have priest a worker and taken the worker power action and burned another power for a coin, and we would have had it. But I'm not convinced it matters much here. Part of the reason I'm not that excited about it is we already got Earth 1 blocked. If I could take Earth 1 Air 2, I would be very reasonable. But I don't think the Sanctuary actually buys us enough here. And I do think this Priest to Earth is incredibly good. So... Oh, Orin are outlasting us. Okay, Orin are actually going to outlast us here and manage to get onto the spade. Although we're going to get worker power and just have enough workers to hard dig and build and... Yeah. Water 2 is better than Earth 1? Disagree. Hard disagree. Hard disagree. We are going to struggle to score points this game as Chaos. Incredibly hard pass. Just kidding. Okay, well, good. I do think everybody blocking our Earth 1 is going to give us some issues, by the way. We're going to have to play cults hard. We're going to have to try to contest network a bit. I think I am passing for worker power here. We're going to have tons of power. The real question is, are halflings taking single dig first action? Ideally, halflings are not taking single dig first action, in which case we're incredibly well off. Stupidly well off. Oh no, I get to play Big Econ, whatever will I do? I mean, look. As much as I love Big Econ, I do think Big Econ Chaos struggles a bit, right? Because Chaos can't as easily contest network, and they can't as easily build towns. So I think Big Econ CM is a little bit of an issue to turn the economy into points. Getting blocked from Earth 1 isn't the biggest deal, but we pretty much have to get Water 1, Air 1 this game. And we're going to have to play the pass tiles going forward. But I think I'm thinking too long about this. I don't think there's any reason to take coins here. I don't think there's any reason to take a bridge. We hope that we can open next round with single dig. And if we can't single dig, we can just dig and build this anyhow. We advance ship and we'll convert 3 power to a worker. We'll take a worker's power action. Life is still very good. Ship VP is not worth it yet. Pass for ship VP, open Act 4 and 2 ship. I'd have to get another priest to do that. Which, like, maybe. It's reasonable, but... Or Act 3, your second priest, we have lots of coins. We do have lots of coins at the moment. I think it's a reasonable line to go for ship VP, but it's fine. Econ and advanced digs help with both of those issues. Correct. I'm still not... I agree that this is still very good for us. It's just getting blocked from Earth 1 is just a mild annoyance. And I'm just trying to stress that big Econ CM still have slight issues. I agree that we're probably going to be fine because our Econ is so nutty. We're exploding so much that it's not going to matter because we do get single dig here, which is, yeah, just absolutely incredible. Life is Life's fantastic. We're advancing ship and doing everything, and it doesn't. Nothing matters. Oh wow, mermaids took this hex. Okay. I guess that makes sense. They can't reach C1 yet, so. Okay. You missed yesterday. How did Ironclad climbing go? I just played one run of Ironclad because there weren't really many people around, and it didn't seem like anybody who was watching really cared. Um, but yeah, it's got to be over hard dig. Yeah, I mean this is look, this is nutty. We can hard dig next round now. I still might take the priest on the wheel, and I could double ship advance this round and end this round with a stupendous number of dwellings. The issue with that is that our coins might kind of lag too much. Although I'm eventually paying for a second shipping anyhow, so like, what does it matter? Could be an argument actually. Some pre-slots are getting filled. That's fine by me. I don't really care. Other dwelling spots are getting taken. I could just take the coins action right now. But then I'm not gonna get enough in order to. I won't get enough power for the second priest. You'd 7 coins over priest, given I'm not going for cult bonuses this round. I think I agree. That's what I was just realizing, right? Just take the coins here. We're topped up on coins for a long time. I don't have an heir 2, so my power doesn't come back very fast. And yeah, 7 coin, 1 ship, 2 dwellings. Yeah, we don't actually need that many more dwellings this round because next round is also a dwelling round. None of our hexes are super likely to disappear in the meantime. And we just get another ship advance next round. We can take ship scoring then pretty easily too. Yeah, screw it. Let's take these coins. Having the coins is really good for long term here. Our economy is absolutely insane. We can think about second. We very much think about second temple next round even, right? We're gonna have 2 workers left over this round, and we're going to be producing 6 workers, so we'll have 8 workers, so we build 4 dwellings and a second temple next round. That seems very reasonable. We can get water 1, air 1, although the question is what are we getting with our sanctuary then in order to form a town? We're taking fire 2 even though we don't really need it. Maybe we don't go for second temple. Yeah, the second temple's not better than a sanctuary. We just sanctuary. Yeah, we just water 1, air 1 with the sanctuary, actually. Yeah. Yeah, we just water 1, air 1 sanctuary. Water 1, air 1 like a chump. Well, yeah, I am going to be a chump next round. That is the plan. I should really pay attention to my opponents, by the way. Patrick has temp shipping, so Patrick is going to have access to double dig. He's probably just digging here and here. That puts mild pressure on G2, but I don't think he can do anything about it yet. Yeah, that's not really a threat. Deranged has a bunch of dwellings doing totally fine things. Deranged passed onto the 6 coins, which is helping him a lot because he has great worker production. But yeah, the Earth one, all my opponents are doing much better on the points thing, but... Is G2 important for us? Kind of. I still have some network aspirations, and G2 gets us another free hex. It might give us access. Well, I guess I'm eventually accessing this through D3, but like this is 2 hexes that I don't have to dig, and I think I am kind of competing on network this game, even though it's kind of tricky to compete on network as chaos. Especially because we're in a landscape game, and this this landscape is a total problem. But I think we can try to end this game with like just stronghold, 2 temples in our landscape, and that's a pretty damn. That's still a lot of hexes we need and stuff, a lot of economy to build all that stuff. So we'll see. Free hexes are good. You should incorporate that. Hot take. Patrick's second dig is D3. Oh, yeah. Actually, Patrick might take D3 and go for like B2, and that Patrick's gonna try to slow us down by going over here before we do, and that's incredibly reasonable from Patrick actually. And that will slow us down kind of significantly because this was our second town spot, or this was our second town spot, but now we're like gonna second town with a bridge up through here. And that's not great. It's not great. Might be what we have to do, but gotta love CMs who get to dig E7. Yeah, I mean, I've said this a lot. I don't think rushing to E7 is particularly good unless you get it easily. And in this game, we got handed the spade for some reason and got to dig E7 and not sacrifice too much. And so, yeah, like, and then it's dreamy. Uh, Definitely very dreamy. But we second temple before round 5 sanctuary round. I don't think we do because we want a town in round 4, right? We end with Stronghold Temple Landscape net 15, just FYI. No. That's wrong, Patrick, because we're still going to build a sanctuary, right? So, in what world, like, how am I building, how am I ending the game with sanctuary and 2 temples and everything else built? I think it's very unlikely. I think we're going to be left with a stronghold, 2 temples, and a landscape on our board at the end of the game, is my guess. You were thinking second town was always east unless Orin mess up. How are we building the second town in the east? I mean, I guess if I get E9, the second town through here looks incredible if I get E9 before Orin, which I guess is a thing I could be working on figuring out how to do, but ship scoring just went to mermaids, so that's a little annoying, but dwelling scoring is opening, so that's good. Northeast with bridge. I mean, yeah, I said that's one thing we could do. We take no more favors until so if Weber, I don't think I'm round 5 sanctuary. I think I'm just sanctuary in round 3 because I think I want this town in round. I guess I could get this town with a bridge. I don't want a bridge for this center town, do I? I'd rather just sanctuary for water 1, air 1 in round 3 and lock it up. And I don't care about these 5 points, and then I don't have to build a bridge to earn these 5 points. I think that's my preference, and maybe that's wrong. Or it do eke out a temple and they get fire 1. Good for them. We're passing, so yeah, I mean, I think this has got to be dwelling scoring, right? As fun as 4 more coins are, I think we're at the point where we want the extra points because we're probably ending next round with all of our dwellings on the board, or like, we're ending with a ton of dwellings on the board, right? We should be. We're advancing ship and building 4 more dwellings, which, by the way, maybe I can't afford Sanctuary then. Probably can't afford Sanctuary next round on top of all of that, unless I take 6 coins. Okay, fascinating. Let's think. Stronghold in round 5. That is an option. Okay. Let's think for a sec here. Let's pause. I also kind of want to send a priest to Fire Cult next round, but that's not that important. Can we discuss Air 2 versus Air 1? We can. You have 20 coins if I convert all my power to coins. That's true. You still believe in round 3 econ faves? I think Air 2 next round and Water 1 and then save up for Temple later is totally reasonable, Weber. I think that's totally fair. We also could discuss just taking Fire 2 in order to get those 2 annoying cult steps. We could also talk about Water... Wait, we could talk Water 2. What about Water 2, Water 1? What about Water 2, Water 1 in order to get that cult step on fire? Ooh, gross? I'm mildly tempted. Regardless, I think I do green these points. I think this is a lot of pass points, and I think it's worth it. Water 2 OP. Yeah, the man, the myth, the legend. He's here. He is here. Water 2's for chumps, mostly. But actually, is it always? Banhammer and Weber. Weber's one of my few mods, Lumen. I don't even know if I have other mods. Or George is a mod also, maybe? Oh yeah, George and Weber are my mods. I don't think... I guess, yeah, George might ban Weber, but Weber won't ban Weber, so... But, yeah, okay. You can try banning Weber. I mean, I would prefer you don't, because we don't want to have to actually really worry about it, right? let's just let him be. He can just say things about Water 2. Okay. Yeah. So we do have 20 coins, so we can do this sanctuary line this next round if we want. The follow-up question is if we do want to fire 2 at some point this game or not. Not sure. Lots of decisions here. I would love to get a coins power action again. I don't know how it's going to happen because I don't know where I'm getting leech. Good call on whoever predicted D3 halflings. That is very much correct. Well done. My first action is probably just ship advance. I'm gonna save. Oh, okay, there go the coins. So there goes that dream. Yeah, I just ship advance. Always ship advance. I'd like to get to D2 and get all these other things. Deranged says the heroes dig. Nice. Ghostly, welcome. George, why are we yelling at everybody's names? I kind of understand Ghostly, but the rest of us, what's the cycle here? Regardless, yes, welcome all. Welcome to a Terra Mystica game where we've not been paying enough attention to what our opponents are up to, by the way. What are Orin up to is a good question. They went Fire 1, they still have their Stronghold, fine. They went up Fire Track with their thing, that makes sense, that's fine. All of that's okay. Okay. Patrick doesn't have a lot of coin production. Deranged has really excellent coins because he just got a coin power action. He doesn't have excellent spades, but he has so many workers. Deranged is going to advance ship twice and just build more dwellings everywhere is probably what's happening. Patrick wisely builds F3 right before I get there. This is, some high-level stuff. That way Patrick gets the leech instead of me, so that's a little bit sad. I am just going to build G2 next action, though. Technically, Orin could double dig G2 right now or something nutty. Oh no, double dig's gone, and I act before them, so what am I talking about? Deranged also advances on shipping, that's fine. I just really want to get on this hex, this hex, this hex. Yeah, I have 4 free hexes to build on this round. This is crazy good. Let's do that. Let's just do that. Let's continue to build free dwellings. No deranged in chat. That's unusual. Well, yeah, I mean... but yeah, life is still pretty good here. Patrick takes C1 away from mermaids. Wow, we're getting fighty. Alright, so mermaids, that messes with their hypothetical third town a pretty good amount. I don't know how much Deranged cares, because I assume Deranged is just advancing ship another time. Yeah, and he does. And then he's just going to build the dwellings anyhow. Which means Deranged is eligible to build this hex, so much as we just discussed about, I want to build here, because then Deranged is going to build next to me. And I get a leech instead of him giving a free leech. Gotta min-max these little things in high-level play. Patrick hard dug, built dwellings. So Patrick is basically out of coins. So Patrick is probably going to pass for 7 coins here, like the pass tile 7 coins, because he needs it bad. This is where, yeah, triple ship in E3. For me, no. I'm not rushing to get over to E3. I don't think there's much point in me trying to get to E3. I mean, it's funny because it kind of messes with Patrick, but like, I'm just not worried about it. Orin are going to beat me to E9. Orin also decided to beat me to C5. So now Northern Town looks like I have to double dig D8 and bridge through this stuff, which is pretty ugly. But it still might be what we have to do because we just need ways to turn things into points. We just need ways to turn things into points. I'm not 100% sure I build A12 this round. I might build A12, I might not. We have to think about this. That's so coin intensive with required activity, which makes our town next round kind of hard, you think? Yes, I agree. I don't want to do it. I'm not even sure I actually want to commit to building A12 this round. It doesn't give us a worker income. It is 3 points this round, though. Oof, I probably have to do it. It's still 3 points. The reason I was going to argue not is I do think I want to build this town. Or not this town. I want to build this sanctuary to set up for the town. I am starting to think that I just take Water 1, Fire 2. I think Fire 2 is nice here. I think I'm going to want Fire 2 for this town also. And Fire 2 achieves our Fire Cult goal, and getting that power cycling is nice. Normally, I say I'm a Sanctuary Round Water Bust kind of player. Shame you missed the start. Yeah, so to be clear, the Fire Priest by Halflings is unacceptable. Why is it unacceptable? Just where they placed it. Anyhow, Ghostly, yeah, normally I am pretty much just build a Sanctuary round 1. And to be fair, that was my default plan this game. But then, suddenly, after placements, Orin were initially 4th, and I thought Orin were starting on the Spade, as did, I think, all the experts at the table. But Orin decided to start on Tempship instead, and they handed me the Spade. So I'm a CM player in this color matchup who got handed the Spade and was acting in front of Orin. So, yeah, this is one of the rare cases where I will fight for E7. Like, I had to give up nothing, really, to get E7 this game, besides a really minor amount of leech, and then it locks up this center town and center expansion, and, like, yeah, it was worth it this game, but I'm not often that hardcore about it. Okay, I am building this dwelling always, so let's just do that, see where things stand. We want all these points. These points, like, we're catching up to some other points factions, which is nice, but our economy and position is a bit better, I think. Anyhow. Fair, that hex is huge. That hex can be huge, right? I don't care that much about it a lot of games, because I think people give up way too much to fight for it. I think they overvalue how big it is. But when it's, like, gifted to you via, hey, you can start on the I got handed the Spade in a Spade round also, I'd like to be clear. So I got handed the starting Spade in a Spade round, and I'm acting in front of Orin anyhow. And it was like, would you like E7? I'm like, well, okay, if that's the option, sure. Otherwise, yeah, I was gonna just build a sanctuary. I assumed Orin were gonna start on the Spade and beat me to E7. I expected to get Spade blocked. I expected the game to open double dig, single dig. I would have had to hard dig in order to get E7. That's where I say, screw that. I don't want a hard dig. I just want a sanctuary. And then let Orin take E7. That was my expectation. Pass ship VP seems good. It does seem good. It does seem good, although 3 coins and a Spade also seems pretty good. This round worked out kind of perfect. It's pretty damn good. The main thing here, right, is like I'd like to build a sanctuary still right now, right? Or do I skip it? I had a chance to still go Sanctuary round 1. It turns out I did, but I would have spent a lot to do that to Zach. I think it turned out correct to not. I think Sanctuary round 1 actually turned out wrong, because I think it would have impacted my ability to... I think it would have impacted my ability to take coins and single dig in round 2. And I think that turned out to be even better for our economy and exploding forward. But I could be wrong. It's hard to say. We might Sanctuary now and still get Shift VP. I agree. That's where I think I'm very tempted to Sanctuary now. Partly it's kind of dumb because I'm eking out this cult reward, which is not that good of a cult reward. But it also gives me a little bit better tempo on making this town next round. The real question remains, I think it has to be Water 1, but I think it is Fire 2. I only have to build 1 trading post here. Building 2 trading posts here makes the other towns a little more awkward later. And it gives me great tempo on 2 Key Town if I just take this now. Otherwise, I'm taking Water 2, which gives me longer rounds. I don't really like that. I'm going to say I want this Fire 2. This priest slot is pretty good, by the way. Is it ever worth burning to get this priest to air if we're gonna be getting to Keytown? And the answer is maybe. I'm gonna have to think about that. Why fire 2? Uh, maybe I'm chasing this cult reward too hard, but the alternative is water 2, which I don't really like. You like air 2 still? I think so. This is why you left the Agricola game you briefly looked at? Indeed, I got pulled in. Econ faves are good. I agree, econ faves are good, Weber. But this is like a one-time econ fave, right? It's like if I took Air 2 there, I essentially took Air 2 there. So now I'm giving up on only 2 rounds of Air 2. And instead I have Fire 2 long-term and an extra worker later. Better chance to win the Fire Cult. Yeah, like, I think this is fine. The real thing I'm struggling with is I kind of like burning for this priest to air thing. And I think I'm going to. Because I'm never getting power actions next round. I'm not getting a coin power action. I think I'm going to have a super fast round, actually. Okay, new plan, yeah. I got the plan. I'm taking too long, but I have the plan. The plan has been had. We are going to do this. We're going to pass for ship scoring, and we're going to pass back onto the dwelling tile super fast. We're just going to make our town and get out of there pretty damn quick. Yeah. We're just going to make a town, build 1 trading post, and we are passing right back onto dwellings, which gives us a 7 coin tile. Timer, yes, I know the timer is. This Fire 2 line is fine, assuming I advance dig later. It'll help second towning, yes. I can afford 2 TPs and still 2 town where temple around 6 can Fire 2 that, you don't know. Maybe. This Fire 2 is Air 2 this round, a worker later. Yeah, this Fire 2 I think is totally fine because of the fact of like the timing of when I'm getting certain resources. I think it also means that I might win Fire Call. I mean, I might not, but it gives me a much more reasonable chance to do so. Which maybe isn't the cult I should be worried about. I probably should just win Earth and Air. Oh, by the way, I see. I could get an extra dig if I get 1 more Earth step this round. So I might want to send Priest to Earth this round. Maybe. Okay, how much power am I about to get? I'm about to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power coming in. I don't want any of these. So with 7 power coming in, 3 power to coins, and then we can pull in 7 power. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, we get the good old Tukey Town. Get some points, get some power, get some cult position. Looks good. Okay, Patrick has a ton of resources. Pretty clearly has things to do. We got a free leech off him there. That's good. Patrick gets water 1. That makes sense. He's doing a greedy point strat. He's going to make a town. Deranged is also setting up a town but needs to build a sanctuary and has no coins. Okay, let's think about what Deranged is actually doing. Deranged is going to plop a landscape down. Deranged is going to plop his landscape down. Hard dig landscape, build a town. Orin I'm not sure what Orin are doing, but I think I can take an action here and still pass on to my dwelling tile and still get the coins action. And I'd really like to send Priest to Earth because it buys me another dig. Buying me another spade to help with this town stuff, I think is very reasonable here. You don't think you're in love with Deranged game? Deranged game looks... I mean, getting beat to C1 is a bit rough, and continued coin issues are rough. It's almost like all these people that rushed Earth 1 instead of Economy early, though, were going for greedy points lines, and we're going to have to figure this stuff out. Okay, I am going to send Priest to Earth, right? I should send Priest to Earth. Get this extra cult dig. Yeah, I should. I should do this. I technically could advance ship, I guess, for a lot of points. Huh, am I supposed to advance ship for points instead of buying myself a dig? Meh. Meh. I don't care. You think I might just have this game? GG? Maybe. All priest uses look okay to you? Yeah, there's a ton of useful things to do here because saving the priest for advanced dig also seems really reasonable. Meh, I don't care. Yes, indeed. Thank you for that quote. Saving the priest for advanced digs and stuff were reasonable, but take priest and do both. Is rushing for dwelling tile worth it? Yes. Rushing for dwelling tile is worth it because it's not just dwelling tile, it's also 7 coin action at the start of next round. And blocking that from the table also seems very fun. And now that I have 2 spades coming in, I don't really have a ton of spade uses. I also can hard dig. I have a million workers. Denying the points from the table is reasonable here too, and denying the coins from the table in particular, I think is very strong. I think my opponents generally have some pretty bad coin issues. I think they're going to take coin towns to help solve them, to be fair. So it's not going to be that bad of coin issues, but like, yeah. I might wind up templing 1 round early. We're going to see what Orin winds up doing, but templing 1 round early does allow me to go air 1, fire 3. Fire 3 gives me a couple more workers, not that I need them, but it locks up a cult I might lose otherwise. We'll have to see what we're up to next round. There's a lot of freaking options. I probably am hard digging and building this hex next round, making a trading post. Orin should be digging these hexes and building at some points. I should get neighbor here and here for trading posts, and then this is the town with fire 2, which is part of why I took fire 2, by the way. Technically, we could stronghold next round. I don't plan to build the stronghold, though. I think it's a mistake to build the stronghold. I think I'm supposed to stay competitive on network. Staying competitive on network does look like we need roughly 5 more hexes to build on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes to build on, maybe a 5th. Otherwise, we're gonna have to dig the 5th. So that's also something to consider. You were gonna say stronghold on D7 looked okay. If I hadn't taken fire 2, it certainly would have. Is not stronghold competitive on network since we get the portal? Oh, I forgot we have landscapes. Oh, actually, stronghold's much more reasonable because of landscapes. Oh, interesting. You tend to like A6 to A9 more for the town. Oh, interesting. Probably a little too risky with the ranged having infinite workers. I see. Yeah, trying to get A8 is interesting. If we advanced ship, though, I do like that, Lumen. That's a good thought. Which free red does the portal go on, though? It goes on E3. The portal goes on E3. It does not go on I1. It does not go on I1. The problem with I1 H1 is that I have to get E3 to connect, and Patrick might beat us to E3. I'm not sure when Patrick takes E3. That part I haven't figured out yet. That's the problem. I12 is the obvious choice. I1 is not the choice. It's always A9. It's always A9. I think the portal has to be A9. I don't think I1 is the right pick. How am I connecting to I1? I'm going to get G1? Probably. But this is 2 more digs I'm locking in? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Super Zardy with the I12 suggestion? Indeed. Super didn't typo. I mean, he didn't offer a serious suggestion either, but... I haven't been paying attention, but somebody's been thinking a long time. It's apparently Orin. Orin have a spade in hand. What are we thinking about, buddy? Are we actually thinking about passing? Because gross. Portal is not an I1. What if I've been offering nonsense suggestions this whole time? Non-serious? It's not nonsense, non-serious. You might have been. All right, Orin are building next to me. We like to see that. Let's be happy. Sure, I leave myself slightly open to leech, but I have guaranteed coins. I have everything I want. Give me 6 points on the pass, and then let me start next round with an absolutely filthy pile of resources. And some more points on the pass. All right, glorious. You never do typos. So Orange aren't planning 3 towns here. Orin might be planning 3 towns here. I don't know what's happening. Patrick takes a priest town, not a coin town. Patrick is gonna make coins via income. Patrick's just gonna build another trading post here. What are the priests for? Advancing dig? Advancing dig is a noble cause he hasn't achieved yet, but he doesn't have the workers for that. Patrick is priesting so he can... I don't know. I don't actually know what the priest town is. You're pretty sure even Orin don't know what Orin are planning here? Hey now. I agree though. Orin just dug without building. I don't know that they exactly know what they're doing either. But they're working on it. This is actually kind of interesting now that I think about it. Like, Orin probably are supposed to be building this town and still getting the bridge and doing this town and not worried about this town. This is a lot of digs, but hey, who am I to tell them what they can achieve or not achieve? Derange still needs to put that landscape down, which he does. He offers me leech interest. Oh, instead of a free leech. Yeah, okay, that's the right play. I would have liked the free leech. I don't want this leech. Or I need H5 still and a bridge for a stronghold town. Yeah, they need a lot of help. I agree. They probably, I guess, should punt the stronghold town. So maybe they should just focus on these towns, huh? Mermaids go for a cult town. I love mermaids having a cult town because they don't really threaten me outside of the water cult, which I've already long ago accepted that Deranged can have the water cult. Deranged is doing pretty good on this whole points thing. Deranged is definitely pointsing hard, but he doesn't have great cults, but okay cults. How is Deranged long-term network? Deranged network is okay, given that halflings are not connecting this game, probably. Probably halflings are not connected, so Deranged just needs to beat Orin, probably. Orin's network is okay, but yeah, I should be winning network this game, it looks like, I suppose. Because mermaids have only 1 free hex left this game, so they still would need to generate like 5 more hexes. They do get a cult dig. They still could be in competition here, I guess. It's a lot of digging, though. And their economy is fine, but not great. We'll see. How did No Color Neighbor halflings not find a way to connect here? I mean, this matchup is mildly tricky for halflings to connect if they don't go for shipping early, right? And Patrick has chosen to play a very points greedy game rather than a shipping game. Yeah, Earth 1 is the answer. Like that's really what I was just getting at. If they take Fire 1 instead, they can probably go for a more explosive and shipping and some other stuff. And instead, Patrick has gone for a kind of a greedy points line. And it's interesting. He does take ship scoring, which is intriguing. But yeah, I mean, he chose not to play in an economic style. He chose to play in a point greedy line. And I think I often see Patrick go for these. And it is a fun reminder that, you know, this is what we all used to do and think was very strong. And it still is quite strong. So, and you're not convinced. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm not convinced it's wrong either. Yeah, without an expansion squared in the game, I think halflings winning network is always a little hard because you're often committing quite a few resources to advancing dig and using digs. I think just going for the points greedy line can work for halflings very well. Patrick still has 12 points from upgrading digs later. Like, you don't have to. Yeah, like you don't have to upgrade digs that fast. Like, Patrick will still upgrade digs going forward. It's 12 points. It's incredibly free 12 points that he's going to take at some point. It still looks like Patrick might achieve 3 towns. So, hey, go for it. Incredibly free. I mean, incredibly frees a stretch. It's still 2 priests, 4 workers, and 2 coins, but like that's a really good conversion of resources to points. I'm still considering advancing digs at some point this game just for points, but we'll see. I'm not convinced because competing on network means that I have to keep building dwellings that are not particularly points. So that's the hardest part about stuff here, but should definitely be enough for at least third. We'll see. I mean, I like my position the best, but like Deranged has 89 points already, and got to pass on to the coins tile. So like, you know, Deranged does have a lot of resources also. 10 workers, 12 coins to do stuff with, has 89 points already. I don't, you know, it's kind of scary. Okay, where am I digging? I dig B6, B4. Or do I just dig D8? No, I take these hexes first, and nobody's halflings are not beating me to D8. Nobody else has interest in D8. I don't really think anybody has interest in these. G4. Oh. G4 is funny, but like it doesn't do enough. What did mermaids do? Mermaids took I2. Oh, are mermaids trying to... No, mermaid... Oh, so mermaids do still need a bridge for their town. Interesting. I'm taking these, but... I would like to get a bridge also, so a little awkward. That's where the portal goes. I'm thinking that my moves this round might be trading post stronghold and just try to get E3 right away. E3 is a pretty funny way, and I don't know if Patrick will be thinking about the Chaos Portal, which would be hilarious. Deranged goes for the Mermaid Stronghold, makes a lot of sense. It's point rich. Deranged is almost certainly trying to get on the ship scoring tile for the final round, which he is in position to do because he is sitting right after halfling, so that's a bit gross. If you put the portal at E3 or A9, you're just making a boring portal. They're right that the Chaos Portal should go to I12. You need to connect. Yeah, I mean, look, I understand, guys. If it's truly a Chaos Portal, it should go into the chaotic location, but... Orin just sent a priest to fire. Okay, so now we also have a real choice. Orin are about to lock out the fire... Oh, Orin don't have a town. Okay, so Orin are not locking Fire Cult this action because they can't. I was going to say I still might Temple for Fire 3 this round, but anyhow, you never said I1 portal, you meant E3 so we can get to H1 I1. Okay, you did not make that clear at all in your chat for the record, but I agree. E3 portal is pretty funny. Do I actually want to build the E3 portal? Given that it helps... It does help network. So given that it helps network, I think it's actually reasonable to do so. Originally, I was dubious, but I will give the crowd what they want. It only costs 4 coins for our stronghold, right? Our stronghold's weird like that. It's possible B6 portal would help with bridge tempo. Table wants like 4 bridges. That's fair. The bridge pressure is high. I use the stronghold ability to go bridge priest with my power. Oh my god, that is hilarious. I partly want to take E3 though, because it's a free hex I'm not otherwise getting, whereas I think these other hexes I could just build as dwellings later this round, whereas I think I lose E3 shortly, right? Patrick is advancing digs. Patrick has advanced digs. Yeah, see, Patrick has fully advanced digs. I think taking E3 is too hilarious here to not do. I agree that it might not be technically the correct action, but that doesn't really bother me because it's too fun. I may have already lost E3. I haven't. I act before Patrick. That's the whole point. Like, I have the tempo here to take it. So I think I'm going to. Yeah, Patrick already went. He just fully advanced his digs. He just finished. So his next move probably is dig and build E3, but I'm going to take it. Chaos. Orin still can't beat me to Fire Cult either if they wanted to. Chaos. Whee! Chaos. Bloop. Chaos. E3 has to be right now. It does. E3 does indeed have to be right now. So I did it. I did it. Now I'd like to build some dwellings. We did actually build the CM stronghold. Now we have the power of the double turn. Everybody must fear the double turn. Deranged is absolutely going to get onto ship scoring, by the way. 100% Deranged is getting onto ship scoring. So how afraid are we of Deranged's absolutely crazy points engine? And the answer is kind of, right? Like, Deranged is already at, like, he advances ship for 5 and passes for another 15. He already has 20 more points. 116. Deranged opens with a bridge, makes another town, gets to 125 points, builds 1 or 2 more dwellings, is at 130. Has a lot more resources, builds something, gets to like 135, wins a cult. Has some other mild cult presence, and gets 3rd on network. Okay, we're not super scared, but we're kind of scared. You think you've never used a double turn? 2 worker income. We do have 2 worker income from the CM stronghold. The power! Anyhow, there is so rarely a recency outside of you can. Indeed. All of that's true. I think I should try to just be building a decent number of trading posts this round, because coin income would be quite good for me, because we've blown so many resources on wildness. Ooh, Deranged is not going... Notice, Deranged not going for the bridge, so there is less bridge pressure than thought. There's a fun tactical things regarding cults and power actions. Oh, there are fun tactical things, absolutely. But we'll see. We must get top fire cult this turn in another dwelling so we can get the max 16 worker income. Is there a really quick TLDR on landscapes in general to see one specifically? You never played with them. Landscapes are weird. I don't really like them that much. But anyhow, all of them have a prerequisite in order to get played out. And the CM prerequisite is that you have to build the stronghold and then you just instantly place the portal on any open red hex on the map. So the instant we built the stronghold, we also got to put our landscape down. Our landscape does absolutely nothing. Besides, it counts as a structure for network. Anyhow, do I want to build a temple this round, by the way? We still do have the option to build this temple to close out the fire track, but is it worth closing out the fire track this round when Orin is not our competition? I'm thinking the answer is no. I think the answer is no. I technically can steal the water track from Deranged. We can double turn, send a priest to water, build a temple for water 2, water 3, and steal water. It is +2 workers if we fire 1, but do we need workers is the other question, team. I know it's funny to get more worker income, but actually, is it important? And I think the answer is no. Oh, the bridge is gone, by the way. That's smart of me. Who took the bridge? Oh, halflings took the bridge after we messed with them, because halflings are going for their town. Duh. Okay, well, so... alright. We might not have another town ourselves, then. Not getting a second town's a little gross. Patrick bridged after I forced him to? Yeah, that makes sense. You think winning water is not an unreasonable plan? It's not an unreasonable plan, but is it a good plan? It's a good plan next round. I'm not sure it's a great plan right now, but given that I just said Deranged is my biggest competition, certainly interesting, although Deranged is not closing water out this round. But he might first action close water out next round, and I wouldn't have the option to do so. That's a little annoying. We'll see. You think I need to hurt mermaids a bit? Probably do. Although our mermaid's gonna get outstalled by Patrick. Patrick might be outstalling mermaids. How many actions do mermaids have left? Patrick can build a dwelling, send a priest, he can dig. Patrick can hurt mermaids by just refusing to hand mermaids the tile they want. I don't even know if Deranged has an action left. I don't think he can do anything. He can't build a dwelling, right? Yeah, I'm not convinced Priest action is out there, so stall battle is hard to calc. I mean, Deranged has no power. So the main point is simply Deranged is going to be forced to pass when the ship tile is not there. When am I double turning? I don't know. I keep leaving it around because there doesn't seem to be any real need to double turn. I'm like, I'm going to lose Fire Cult here, but like, I already accepted that. Just at the end, just to pass, that's the rule. I was waiting to see if there's anything clever to do this round, but I don't think there is. So I guess I should just do it soon. But like, I also haven't been able to figure out what the pass situation is like. I mean, the trading post tile is sitting there, and the coins action is sitting there. So I mean, maybe Patrick is debating if he wants those things. Because now Deranged is probably just going to pass and get both those things, assuming Deranged gets more leech. Yeah, Deranged is forced to pass. Okay, so Deranged doesn't get the ship scoring, though. That's still a pretty big shift for us. Deranged is getting the coins action, assuming he gets one more leech. Orin are going to close Fire Cult out right now. Yep, that's fine. I just want the other cults to be wins now. I think I'm just building a bunch of trading posts. Right? I just build a bunch of trading posts. If I get the bridge action next round, cool. I can lock this up via hard dig and make a town. I just think well, do I get bridge blocked? I don't think Deranged wants a bridge, and Deranged bridge blocking. I also kind of want Deranged to get the coins action, right? Because if I let Deranged get the coins action, I still can steal the water cult on him, although that might also be giving up a town. But stealing the water cult might just be better for me. I think I am double turning finally, because Patrick is getting close to passing. And I mean, halflings might pass onto the tile, or not halflings, Orin might pass onto the tile, but I'd rather have. Well, do I rather have options? I can always double turn on when I want to pass. What am I thinking about? I can double turn for the pass. So yeah, no need to preemptively use it. Let's. If we need to be faster, we can use. We're using it for tactical flexibility on we can pass fast if we want to. That's what we're saving it for at the moment. Is that a great reason to save it? Eh. Orin want bridge by the stronghold, do they not? I don't think they do. I think Orin hoping to get that is Orin that are hoping for too much. But maybe they do. I think it's hard though. How are Orin digging 4 more hexes and building a bridge and templing for fire 2 and making a trading post and building 3 dwellings? I'm not convinced Orin get all that done. Now, maybe they think they are going to get all that done. Maybe they are going to get all that done. They have double dig in hand right now. Yeah, I mean, there they go. They get that in. Do I want a little bit of leech? Not really. I mean, the answer is like kind of, but like just not actually. Patrick is about to pass. And then Orin are probably going to pass, so that's unfortunate. I'm going to get locked out of pass tile points. Yeah, I don't think that does me any good. I would like more trading posts. Trading posts are very good on the economy at the moment. They are costing me a little on the pass, but I'll build one more dwelling here for points. And I guess another worker income. I'd like to just, build a dwelling and a trading post still. Patrick passes for 0. That's fine. Orin presumably pass. If Orin don't pass, I will double turn, build a dwelling, and pass. If Orin do pass, it's okay. It's not ideal, but it's okay. Oh, hey, Orin don't pass because they're bros. Excellent. I still don't want this. No, still don't want this. Okay. yeah, if Orin wants all that stuff, well, now Orin doesn't get the bridge, right? I mean, unless Patrick's gonna bridge block. Deranged is all sad that he didn't get his ship tile. All right, double turn. We double turn. We build this dwelling, and then we're gonna pass. Pass. I kind of wish I had slightly more time in this round, but I think getting a points pass tile is way too valuable here. This is incredible gift. We should convert one more. Oh, did we need to? I don't know. Maybe we did. It's not gonna hurt. Okay. Anyhow, the reason for arguably staying in the round slightly longer is sending a priest to water would have been cute because then it would have let us. I kind of want a first action bridge, but I also kind of want a first action steal water cult. So it's definitely a mess. Yeah, deranged has enough to take the coin's power action. So see, I probably should steal the water cult, but is a town more important for me? The town might be more important. I'm not sure. Second town's almost certainly better than water cult. The thing is, it's an 8-point shift on my biggest opponent, but I agree. Maybe Deranged just doesn't realize the threat. We could hope for that. We could hope that Deranged is just gonna not pay attention to our threat. Yeah, I agree. It's not obvious. I agree. I think Bridge and Hope Deranged misses it. I agree with that. I think that's the play here. I think the play is take the bridge. I could bridge and instantly town, but I think I'm getting a good town regardless, so I agree. I think I should just bridge. Technically, some Orin could mess with this Hex, but that feels kind of ludicrous. It's a triple dig for Orin? Yeah, never mind. I don't, yeah. That's my strategy with Nerd Cube when fighting cults, and every once in a while you get lucky, which usually results in him being salty, but it's fine. Yeah, Orin triple digging there in Retribution would be astonishing. I agree. It would be pretty flummoxing, so I will just assume it doesn't happen and leave open this possibility of stealing Water Cult. And if Deranged correctly catches it, then we just make our town and move on with life. We win 2 cults and have some good second places. It's fine. We're trying to win network still, which still means I do have to think about building these hexes this round, right? I'd ideally like to build Temple, 2 trading posts, and 3 dwellings this round. I will end with just 2 temples on my board. Remember when I said I might end the game with Stronghold, 2 temples, and my landscape on the board? Haha. Look at how wrong I was. Actually, building another temple this round also is pretty juicy. Just because of points, and that allows me to rebuild another trading post. Although now we're talking about doing a lot. I still need to advance ship also. Yeah. Let's aim for the temple, 2 trading posts, 3 dwellings, and a ship advance. That's still 9 workers, 6, 12, 17, 21 coins. Ugh. We might be taking like a ship town or a coin town. I forgot I'm playing Massive Econ CM, the moment of truth. Deranged appears to have screwed it up. Sorry, buddy. Oh, unless he's taking water too. Oh, he took water 1. Water 1's the wrong tile, buddy. That's the wrong tile. I mean, it's kind of the right tile, I guess. Deranged now gets a bunch of water 1 points for building all of his trading posts, which is excellent. But CM Stronghold OP, it's definitely fun here. It's definitely quite fun here. If Deranged lifts a Steel Water, you think 2 temples better? 2 temples is better because now the other temple also comes with Air 1. But it does mean I'm gonna need a coin town. But Whee! Orin can have a bunch of leech. Oh, it's free leech regardless. Okay. Nope. Okay. Going down OP. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah. I would like to now build another temple still. Another temple is just for... Oh, I should also make sure to close Earth Cult. Deranged did see that, hoped we go a different cult. I should close Earth Cult my next turn. Orin might... Oh, Orin don't have another key yet. Okay, well, good. Orin don't have another key at the moment, but I do need to... I need to use this to close out Earth Cult. I don't want to watch Orin make a town and then decide to temple for Earth 3 or something. So I need to close this cult, probably. Then we'll finally town. Oh, I could also close the cult with the town. I could close the cult with the town. But the coin town literally might be better. Because we want to build so damn much stuff. Yeah, we'll see. Also, how many dwellings do I have to build? Wait a sec. How many dwellings do I actually have to build, by the way? Mermaids are at 12 network and have no more clear hexes. I don't know how many of these dwellings I have to build yet, but we'll see. Close the cult with the water 2-step? Correct, yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, absolutely. I kept hovering over it, sorry. But I know I'm doing a lot, talking a lot, so yeah, I absolutely closed the cult with the water 2-step. Orin didn't even force me to do it there. What did they do? They collected a priest. I don't really know what it's about. Oh, Orin need a bunch of shipping advances to connect. Okay, Orin are taking a ship town, probably, actually. But regardless, let's just not worry about forgetting about this. And, yeah. Let's just close up those cults, and then we just make sure to win the air cults. We can build air 1 plus air 3. We win 3 cults and take a 3rd place on fire or something, but we win network. Like, we have so many post-game points we should win, but Patrick sneakily got a lot of points as well. Orin had a real bad time. Orin have done a lot of things wrong, I would argue, but... yeah. Patrick getting a bunch of points sneakily is not that surprising. I mean, he went for Fire 2 in a town. Patrick is still building another town this round, right? Yeah, Patrick's gonna build a trading post and dwelling and make another town. Patrick's gonna be at like 125, maybe even like 130. But then Patrick has like no post game points. He has like no network, no cults. Do I accept this? I guess I do. I'm no longer counting, but I should be. But, like, are they taking Fire 2 here just to make the town? Wow, they took Fire 2 to make that town. That's crazy. This is further bad signs for Orin. Orin definitely should just be taking Air 1 and building another trading post, right? There's no reason to Fire 2 here. No reason whatsoever. Towns are getting pretty bad. Orin... Towns are getting pretty bad. I should probably just take my coin town here. I no longer feel at all bad about taking a coin town because all the actual point towns are gone. There is a mild argument for a ship town, but paying a... No, there isn't. This priest is not needed for the cults. Is this priest needed to advance digs? No, it's not. I have too many other good things to build. We're like 160 here. Yeah, we're good. At least I think we're like that. I haven't actually done the math in a little bit, so we probably should do the math. I did the math earlier that I needed this coin town. I'm gonna trust that that's true. Oh, I also could have double dug. Is double digging correct? To say, well, no. Well, it saves a shit ton of workers. Saving a shit ton of workers is correct. Workers are way more flexible than power. Yeah. I'm supposed to double dig there. Workers are way more flexible than the power. There we go. Okay. Even if we work on a coin later, it's the same. Yeah, exactly. It's our power literally can't be better than coins. So this is always more flexible. Yeah. I agree. It took me. I'm a slightly rusty. Okay, I haven't played in a while. I still caught it, but it just it took me a sec. I had to realize it and think it through in my head, even though it should have been obvious. But like, it's fine. All right, Orin have connected. That makes sense. Mermaids and Orin are behind us currently, but they're likely going to force us to build these dwellings. I think I have to be ready to build these dwellings. But yeah, it looks like I go trading post, dwelling at some point this round. I'm going to get this ship advance out of the way. Oh wait, I'm not counting this already. I'm actually at 14 network. I forgot because this wasn't part of my network yet. Okay. Well, that should be. It also takes spades away from the table in case somebody else cares. Yeah, good call too. That's a good point, Weber. It has a small advantage there. So yeah, all these little small advantages definitely mean it's the correct move. And yeah, this looks like a win, right? I mean, Deranged has, again, a sick number of points, but beating us on Water Cult, I think, beating him on Water Cult was important. It does look like Deranged is only getting third on Network. So I think this is a pretty smooth win still. I'm going to have like 6 actions after everybody passes. Hey, big econ against a bunch of Earth 1 rushers. Who would have ever predicted? You think we need a 2-for-1 for Temple, Air 1-3, TP, Dwelling, Hard Dig? I don't think I have to build both dwellings. So I think the answer is we don't need a leech. Because there's just no world. There's no world where I actually need to build both dwellings. Right? I guess Orin are 100% tying us on network. Okay, Orin are definitely tying us on network, so we do have to build a dwelling. And then Orin have nothing better to do than to draw. Never mind, we do have to build both dwellings. We do. I actually think we do have to build both dwellings now that I look at it. Unfortunately, Orin's resources, they don't have anything better to do than to really push me on network hard. They're gonna definitely build 2 dwellings. They actually are probably building 2. They might be building trading post and 3 dwellings, although they might not have hexes for that. Yeah, okay, they don't have hexes for that. So they're gonna get to 15 network though. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to just build trading posts. Who do I want to give leech to? I don't really want to give leech to Orin, but I don't really have choices unless I want to give leech to Deranged, which seems like an even worse idea. Why am I not giving leech to Orin? Who do I care? What do I care about? Orin, go for it. Do your worst with the leech. We're fine because we get a free power when Orin I6, so we have exactly enough. Oh, well, sweet. Thanks for doing the math. Patrick slid past us on the fire cult, which I kind of thought might happen, and I don't really think I have any ability to do anything substantive about this. But I don't think I need to care, right? Patrick's at 125 with no pass points. Yeah, no pass points. I mean, Patrick played a points greedy game and was trying to win this game with like 140s, and it's just not going to work. But Temple for Fire 3, Air 1, no. Oh, well, I guess that's true. That is an option, isn't it? Because nobody's actually bothered to fight me on Air Cult because they all know what would happen if they tried. Yeah, that's actually looking to be the case. 169 to 172, depending on network tie or not, is what we're scoring. Well, that's pretty good news. I haven't done the math, but I assumed it was going to be kind of close to that because, yeah, I mean, I'm passing for I should be passing for like 13, so it's like 118, and then I have pretty crazy cults and network, which is nearly 50 points. So yeah, turns out E7's an okay hex. I don't think it's just E7 to be clear, right? Um, like it was a combination of I got handed a spade tile to start the game in a spade round. I got all the hexes. Well, maybe not all the hexes I wanted, but like the pass kept working, and I timed power actions well. The game broke really well in pass tiles. I got handed another. My last 4 rounds have been pass tiles, right? I went. I think I've gone dwelling ship to end the game. Um, we did get to beat mermaids on water call, like lots of little stuff. Everybody else's networks is a little bit lame because they all chose to play points greedy, which did deny me Earth 1, so like maybe they have to do that to limit my points, but yeah, it doesn't, look like Earth 1 actually caused me to not score enough. So anyhow, I'm blabbing a lot in a very winning position, so I'm going to try to not do that and just continue chugging along on building points. Let's just build points and see what happens. Orin have tied us on network. What if we just let Orin beat us on network, by the way? Like, what if I just build temple and trading post and say I don't want to build these dwellings? How does that go for us? How does that go for us? Deranged is out. Deranged is passing. He's going to be at 132 plus network is 138 plus this is like 142. Okay, yeah, we're crushing this game. All right. 2 resource points for 3 network. I'm not sure. Be pretty sure I win no matter what. I agree. There's nothing. Still landscapes though. It's a flex for sure, just to put network for no reason. I mean, I'll build the network if it's obviously correct. I'm just saying it looks like the correct thing to do. Oh, are Orin trying to beat me on air? Hey everybody, Orin are trying to beat me on air cult. That's rude. So now I probably do need to go air 1, air 2. Air 1, air 2. Yeah. It looks like we're gonna finally take that Air 2 copy. Finally your dreams come true. Yeah. It looks like it's the correct thing to do. The favors you've been advocating for all game. Yeah. Okay, if I want to build trading post and temple, it's 8 coins for workers. How am I building these dwellings still? The real flex would have been opening Earth 3 in round 1. Maybe. Okay, I don't want to give Orin anymore, so time to give mermaids some power. Oh, I don't have enough coins. Oh no. Alright. Whee! Alright. We just do that. Orin still could get annoyingly close to us, but we'll see. Because Orin could choose to build another temple still, right? Orin might temple for air 2. With air locked up. Air's technically not locked up because, yeah, Orin might be... Oh, they don't have a temple left. Well, okay, that makes that easier. That makes that easier. Orin have tied me on network. Okay, so I can pretty safely just build this trading post that I want to, right? And then I don't have enough to build the dwelling. Wow, go Big E, caught in a decent color wheel. Woo. Hey, Lumen, don't don't knock what we've achieved. So this is officially giving up network, which maybe or tying network. So maybe it's the wrong move. It's very conceivable that I'm supposed to be building these dwellings. But given that Orin can build another dwelling here, I guess I'm supposed to build 2 dwellings rather than build that trading post. Yeah, it's just bad for me to do this, but whatever. I'm a bad player that did bad things and punted some points at the end. Yeah, and Orin do build that. Okay, so I was supposed to build 2 dwellings, which was pretty obvious, and I chose not to. I took 4 points instead of 6. Okay, it's not that big. I just don't care about math. I do. I did do most of this round kind of seat in my pants. Yeah. I didn't. I didn't really math out what resources we needed or if we should be taking leeches or not, and meh, whatever. 5 points of resources are better here. Yeah, that's true. I took 5 points instead of 6. Okay, so it's not that big a deal. All these questions I've been mulling over are usually calculable, but I'm like, man, this is probably better than the other thing. Actually, no, it isn't. Who cares? I mean, so to be fully clear, right? It's partly because it's a real-time game. It's partly because I know I've locked the game up that I don't care. Like, if it was very close, I would probably spend a lot more time on the math, but like, it's just a little, like, I don't know. I find it just mildly unnecessary slash even on the bordering on rude when Deranged and Patrick are just sitting there like, what? Like, I'm just supposed to sit there and do the math to figure out how to eke out 1 or 2 more points rather than, just winning now? Meh. The game was cruise control here. Like, I don't know. Anyhow, I passed to basically be at deranged points, and I'm beating Patrick and deranged by like 30 on a game. Oh yeah, correct. It's yeah. It's super obvious. So I have a gamer's right to try to take my best moves. I agree. I do. I don't disagree. I have the right to sit there and math it out if I want to, but I also knew I did not need to. I 100% know I don't need to here. I had the win very much locked up, but. Yeah, regardless, I should have, I should be at like 1 point higher here or something. I should have, and Orin should be even less. I shouldn't have let Orin win network, but whatever. I agree. I mildly agree, Gonzo, but I also like actually much more fully agree with Lumen and Weber. People are allowed to use their timer however they want. Um, so if they want to sit there and think it out, they're allowed to. But in this case, I did not feel the need to, and I already knew I was probably the longest thinker at the table anyhow, which I was. So yeah, it was fine to just speed this last round along. But it also wouldn't have actually taken that long to do the math. So like, to be fair, the thing I'm talking about would have been pretty easy to figure out, but excellent power action usage this game. Like, we got just beautiful power actions also. This is a lot of power actions. We got a lot of leech this game. I'm sure it's going to show. Just excellent resource totals. Crazy resource totals, actually. CM that built as much as we did is pretty nutty, actually. Like, we built so much. Okay, we didn't get that much leech, but we got a ton of power from the cult tracks. So we did wind up with a lot of power, but we also just used that power very efficiently. How many of our coins were from power conversions? It's going to be not that many, right? Coins collected by conversions? Wow, it still was 17. Okay, we just got to turn our power in really efficiently. Wow, and we also only spent 5 points for that leech, though. So we got lots of free leech by flinging all those dwellings to places early. It's part of the hidden strength of building lots of dwellings early is like you just get them down and you get all that free leech coming in too if you manage it. But yeah, just a easy game. Scored the most points by a lot, but game broke stupidly well for us, which we knew, but we scored a lot on the rounds. We did the best on the rounds actually by a pretty good margin. We got a lot on the pass cards, a lot. Given that there were 3 pass tiles in the game, this is a little bit sad for halflings. I think only scored 4 points in the pass. That's a This is where the points greedy line kind of sucks, right? It's unfortunate, but like I do think Patrick is probably supposed to play a more economic game plan, but I mean also Chaos Magicians aren't supposed to explode this much, so whatever. Anyhow, all right. I'm probably the laziest master level TM player, and it's kind of a vibe. Maybe. I mean I will admit this is a small reason why I never achieved that high of a rating on Snellman, right? Because I often took my turn-based games with kind of the same cavalier attitude of I don't really want to math this out. This move looks correct. I'm gonna take it. So I think I've always had slightly more success on BGA and real-time games because I just my instincts are reasonable, but I don't often sit there and do the full calcs. But yeah, I do think it holds me back from top level TM Tour play, but it's fine. You try to think on all the moves at the end, even if you're up by a lot, because you don't want to take subpar moves that changes who wins second, third. Oh yeah, that doesn't bother me at all, but that's because I don't worry about king making. So I don't think there's any ought to should be second or third. Like as long as you're taking legal and reasonable moves, if people are that close, then whatever. You're not obligated to take certain actions and hand second place to somebody. That's just not a thing. Um, Anyhow, 28 for 5 is a good. Yeah, I mean, it was very good. 34 on a crap track, unless you ignore Earth 1 and Dwellings round 2 and 3 like a good boy. Yeah, I mean, 34 points on a bad scoring track is also, yeah, quite nice. We getting this many points on a kind of iffy track is very welcome. Because, yeah, we only got 5 points in round 4, only 5 points in round 5. I mean, that's still 5 points each, though, but yeah, getting a lot of dwelling points is good. Getting that free spade point round 1 is nice, but um, I am a little surprised everybody went Earth 1 this game. I really am. I mean, I'm not so surprised that the Orin player did so, but I'm a little surprised mermaids and halflings thought it was correct here. But it's not that wild. I think it can work out, but you definitely need for somebody not to catch too many breaks like I did. So I mean that also is pretty true, Weber. I agree. I am pretty nervous most of the time, and I think I'm slightly behind, even when I'm in pretty good positions. I'm only particularly chill at the end when it's just like very obvious things have gone incredibly well, like this game. But yeah. Anyhow, you enjoyed the stream, Ghostly? Awesome, thanks. You agree turn-based TM is torture? I don't think it's torture, but if I'm playing turn-based TM, I just take moves. I don't really sit there and calc things out very much. I look, I quickly assess, and then I take a move, and I go on with my day. So yeah. Your turn-based usually is not good, especially in Agricola. Agricola turn-based is messy if you have too many games. Yeah, if you have too many games of Agricola, it's a particularly problem. Agricola is also an incredible problem because of the fact that so much of what you saw in the draft can influence things, but it's super hard to remember what was in the draft and turn-based tables especially if you have too many going on. So I agree, that gets very hard. Um, Turn-based is great, just log in, take a move, log out, easy peasy. I mean, that is how I tend to do it. But I agree. Let's be real, George Shore. Well, you just won TM Tour. I'm pretty sure that's not the attitude how you won TM Tour. Well played to be the only real Earth One for Chump expert at the table. That's true. Thanks, Lumen. I am glad. Yeah, I was the only one that said Earth One was for chumps, and I mean, to be fair, like even if these guys don't go Earth One is for chumps, I mean, I caught too many breaks this game. Orin aren't supposed to hand me the spade. I'm not supposed to have the center. I'm not supposed to get past the ship tile at the end. Orin are supposed to probably have denied that. The range is probably supposed to have closed out the water cult. But you know, you get lucky sometimes. So anyhow, you do not use the Snellman planner. You never bother to figure out how it works. Okay, that's fine. But let's be clear. When you won TM Tour, you did do quite a bit of planning, right? You didn't just log in and take a move after looking for a minute. That's not how that worked. At least I assume. If you did, kudos to you. I could never get super high up in TM Tour. I mean, I did get to like D2 on just taking moves, so apparently I got pretty high. But anyhow. Anyhow, you guess it's not torture for you. It's torture thinking about the effort others put in. Yeah, the amount of effort some people have put in I'm like, oh wow, I will never have gone to this length. But yeah, like I know some of the past like champions like Ozymandias who had an incredible run did a lot of planning to get those small edges. A lot of planning. Which kudos to him, it helped him win, and he played incredibly high level. But yeah, I don't find it that fun. So the few turn-based Agricolas you tried, you were just putting in every card you saw in the draft of the notes. Yeah, I think that's almost what you have to do, Civ. I agree. You basically have to fully record the draft of the notes if you really want to play turn-based Agricola particularly well, which is annoying. You do spend a lot of time looking at the games in TM Tour, yeah. Okay, yeah. And some paper scribbles. Yeah, I figured. Could be more efficient in the planner. Paper's even worse. I don't think so. I disagree. I actually think the Snellman planner is pretty obnoxious too. I think it's hard. I admit the few times I did do some planning in Calcs and TM Tour because it was obvious I needed to do small, like it was obvious I had to do small calcs sometimes, like in terms of like, oh, do I send the priest to fire and hurt halflings, or do I send the priest to air and hurt whoever? It's like, well, this is a very answerable question. I don't find it I eventually learned how to use the planner and it can help, but gosh, also paper and pencil, that's pretty slick too. That was what I needed to do, but anyhow, are we going to get the return of streamer versus streamer on Agricola, or is this a classic end stream just in time for Lumen raid? This is a very likely we're going to raid Lumen. As fun as it would be to someday have a multi-stream Agricola game going again, I don't think that day is today. I am at a gaming convention this weekend for the next couple days. I'm going to spend the next little bit watching Lumen and gathering together some games and clothes and kind of packing up. So yeah, I don't intend to stream right now, but I do like the idea of trying to get streamer wars happening again. We had a handful of like there was like me, Lumen, Econ Shot, and I think William all played and streamed the same game, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, we need to try to organize one of those again or something. But you're a little late. Yeah, you are a little late, but welcome. You're so bitter about Orange Start. Yeah, I mean I got very gifted this game, right? If any of you were in my seat, you very likely win also, because like getting handed the spade and E7 is pretty nutty. Also, like taking tempship is pretty obnoxious, right? Because you like I'm guessing you were debating about like starting on tempship and single digging C1 first round, maybe. Maybe you weren't thinking about that, but regardless, it's just incredibly unexpected that CM are getting spade and that Orin go for this temp ship thing, even though they're going to get spade blocked then, which is exactly what happened. So I agree that was pretty annoying. The fact that Orin gave me the ship pass tile in the end is also pretty surprising, I think. Yeah, things went very well. You might have single dug C3 and just built the dwelling on H2. Oh, okay, yeah, duh. Yeah, you still start on temp ship, and that way you still can lock up C3 and H2 though. Oh, duh. Orin. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Duh. Orin started on temp ship from C4, so you felt compelled to take C3. Holy smokes. Somehow I didn't even think about that in real time because I was so focused on the absurdity of how my game was shifting in terms of like I was going to take the center and do some other stuff. I totally didn't put myself in your shoes, but duh, Orin taking temp ship also put incredible pressure on you right away on turn 1, which is obnoxious. Yeah, that was a terrible sequence of events for you at the start. You thought you could try to punish me by taking Earth 1, even though it was worse for you. Patrick also blocked you several times, which surprised you. Yeah, Patrick's game was interesting. I was a bit surprised by some of it also. I thought Patrick was going to, just kind of be buddies with you, but Patrick taking C1 was a little unexpected. I mean, Patrick's game didn't quite play out either. I don't think Patrick rushing Earth 1 was probably correct, but Patrick has had some good point screeny games in the past against me, so I have to accept there's still some validity in just doing Earth 1 rushes, but regardless. Oh, and Patrick's here. Nice getting a game, even if the final result didn't feel a bit predictable after the first move. Yeah, the final result felt fairly predictable, and I'd argue Orin gave... I do think Orin aren't supposed to give me the ship tile right at the end. Not that fully is enough to slow me down either, but, like... I agree. I got a decent number of good breaks. Orin didn't pressure me on 2 Key Town. That also was a pretty good break. I mean, I still was set up for 2 Key Town too, but I mean, like, that's part of the baffling part about Orin's decision, right? Like, Orin giving me the spade is wild because it gives me such excellent ability to pressure 2 Key Towns so much earlier in the game, whereas if Orin take the spade, And I guess I still could go for e7 in this game, but I obviously wasn't going to. That's not who I am. I'm not going to hard dig e7 round one. That's not what I do. I was going to open Sanctuary originally and then just try to do heavy shipping things in round three, which I think would have worked reasonably well, but not like this. But yeah, you were prepared to hard dig e7 with worker power. That's what you were going to do as CM. Yeah, I kind of thought so. Not prepared enough to bid more on CM. Yeah, I was only bidding like one or two more on CM, and then one or two more on halflings, and then I was gonna probably start going for Orin. Actually, I wasn't as sure about mermaids, but now in hindsight, looking at how your mermaids went, and you got a little blocked, mermaids were probably very playable here still. Also, although I think Orin were plenty playable here too, but I think lots of problems, right? I think round one Stronghold Orin were not the play here. I think Orin absolutely are supposed to start on the spade. And then I think Orin are supposed to be able to be a little more economic during rounds 2 and 3 and getting things going, but it could have gone pretty badly. I do think Orin are supposed to win the race to 2 key town this game. I think Orin a decent amount of the time could have won that race if they wanted to, but maybe not. Who knows? But anyhow, yeah, things went stupidly well. So, okay, looping back. Who else has talked to me? Gonzo said you want Lumen and me to do a commentative viewer game. That would be fun. That would be interesting. We also haven't done stuff like that, but just having the community like gather together to watch an Agricola game with like commentators and like fully discussing everybody's kind of position and stuff, almost like a mini Fire 2 Open style thing. That'd be cool. I might look into that, think about that. That would be good fun. So am I gonna play the Agricola MSO Grand Prix? Possibly. I don't remember what weekend it is, so like we'll see. I'm not super excited about playing a lot of MSO tournaments, to be honest. I really enjoyed them during pandemic when I didn't have a lot else going on, but I just increasingly have enough like real life events and other things going on that committing a weekend to digital gaming is a little bit harder for me. So it's not that it can't happen, but I'm not as excited or thrilled about doing so. But we'll see. And the other less experienced player, it happens. I still don't know the right stuff. Congrats. Yeah, I also agree with that. Right, like I still made a lot of very good decisions in order to win by this much. Like there's a handful of things I maybe would do slightly different, but I had a strong game plan, executed a strong game plan, got some good breaks around that game plan. But yeah, in particular, the pass tiles also kind of fell pretty well this game. Although on some level, it's a little hard for the pass tiles not to fall particularly well for big econ. With the rest of you going points greedy in Earth 1, you guys are fighting a lot harder for 6 coins and some economic help. And these points tiles are going to be a little open during rounds 2, 3, or like rounds 3, 4, and whatever, like I wanted them to be. But it went very well for me to round 3 be on the dwelling tile, round 4 ship tile, have a very fast round 4, round 5 dwelling tile with a coin action again, and then yeah, getting that back in round 6 was pretty nutty. But um, I did say at the time with you guys clamping me on Earth 1, you maybe are clamping my point scoring ability. CM have a small issue about scoring points because it's hard to get town space. But getting all those pass tiles definitely alleviated those concerns. But there was worlds certainly too where that kind of fell the wrong way more so. But yeah, it didn't. And I was plenty fast on Water 1, so getting blocked on Water 1 also could have hurt me. But by the end, I have so many favor tile points also because yeah, it was pretty nuts, right? I wound up with 25 favor points also. I mean, Patrick's wound up with a little more with Earth 1, Water 1, but I took Air 1 in the final round, so that means this was a 21 point Water 1. I built 7 trading posts. Yeah, I guess I did. I did build 7 trading posts after taking water 1. So yeah, that's pretty nuts. 21-point water 1s are good. So, I mean, the economy was absolutely absurd this game. If I wanted to, I could have ended this game by building 2 more dwellings and winning network. I was supposed to do that. So, like, CM ending with, like, most of their stuff on the board is pretty nuts. So, things went dumb. You had an 18-point water 1. 21 is hilarious. 21 is very nutty. So, yeah, things. That's, like, engineer levels. But just had so much stuff. Just got to build an absolute ludicrous number of things this game. It was very fun to get the Chaos Portal to E3. I assumed the turn before Patrick tried to take it also. Patrick had just finished upgrading digs. I assumed he was going to take E3 and then take E2. Although I wonder how it appeared you were ready to take E2 that round. So that also was a little surprising to me. I kind of missed the fact you might be going for this rather than trying to get a bridge for this town. Which was another small good break for me because there were a lot of worlds where I did not get this second town because I was being so late about fighting for this bridge, and Orin also kind of looked like they wanted a bridge. Patrick bridged in response to my portal. I know he did. I saw that, but I assume Patrick wanted this originally. It was an example of cascading blocks. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it was, you were planning for the bridge, but then you got blocked from the bridge unexpectedly because suddenly Patrick took it, whereas you didn't think he wanted it, and then you decided rather than fighting for the bridge, you were just gonna get your town another way. Okay, interesting. That is a good example. So me flying in here actually hurt both of my closest competitors somewhat, or pushed you on different plans. So that is fun. Cool. Well, anyhow, thanks all for hanging out. We are indeed going to raid Lumen. I'm sure he has a fun Agricola game for us. I will see people in a few days. I'm not sure when I'll be streaming, but it'll be sometime next week since, yeah, I got other stuff going on this weekend. So, all right. We're raiding Lumen. Yes, Loki. Yes, hi. Come here. Hi. We'll go for a walk. All right, thanks all for hanging out and chatting. This was a fun Terra Mystica game. Glad to get back to one. Thanks much for Patrick for having the table open originally. You tempted me in. Otherwise, it was pretty close to an Agricola game. So that was good. That was good. All right, we're going to raid Lumen now. Let's hope he has a sweet game going. See y'all.